Hello, hello, Chalk and History friends. It's Shelly Kalick. How are you today? It is Tuesday. I hope you're doing well. I'm hoping you're having a good day so far today. We are going to make sure we are live. If you see that red live box at the top left corner of your screen, you are live with me. If you're catching the replay, you can rewind, fast forward, whatever you need to do. Say hello, give us a share. I appreciate it. Press that thumbs up. All right. Today, we are going to play with an older surface that is still available and a new transfer from the Fresh Start release. So come on in and join me. All right, we are going to play with the house cutouts. Do you remember those? It has the bigger house and then the small house, the medium, shorter, stubbier house. It's a 3-pack. Let's see, so they're 4.2 inches tall, 4.5, 7 1/4. And they're kind of fun. You can do all kinds of stuff. There was a coordinating transfer that went with it. I did not check to see if that is available because I am doing something different, but it might be. And I believe it's part of our specials going on too. So, and then this is the transfer we're going to go with. Love grows best in little houses. And then I might add something from one of these. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, let's dig in. So I took the biggest house, those aside, and I just took a, where is it now? A little sanding sponge and just kind of really hard rubbed in a few different places. Then I went around the corners with they're filing sticks, sanding sticks. You can find them on in your craft stores. I think you can find them in your craft stores. I found them online. If you need a link, go ahead and comment stick and I'll get that for you. But they are washable and disinfectable. So that's good to know. All right, so that's what I did. I went around the edges to give it that distressed look. Used my little sanding block to rough it up. So from that, the 3-pack of houses, you have these little pieces too. They're meant to be doors or chimneys or windows. Little door. I think this is a little door for one of the smaller house, but we're going to do something different with that. So stay tuned for that. Okay. All right. So let's wipe this off because we did do some sanding. We are keeping this super, super simple. Take that out of the transfer or out of the packaging. Save your packaging. I always save my packaging. Little houses. I'm just going to label that. I think maybe we should do a little waxing. Let's see. Where's my wax? Here it is. I never remember where I stick my wax. All right, let's grab a paper towel. And then I kind of just crumple it up so I can hold it. I rub it in the wax. Gonna kind of spread that. More if you feel like you need more. I like to go against the grain. Really get that wax in that grain to make it a nice, soft, smooth surface. This transfer pretty much covers that entire house. So we want to make sure we get the whole thing covered. All right, and I'm just gonna, by going over it and over again, I'm creating some friction to it so that the wax kind of softens for me and will spread. Sometimes there's a little chunkage. All right, that is applied. Now I'm going to kind of just turn this inside out, right side in, however you want to say it. And then we're going to kind of give it a quick buffing. Make sure that's really good and waxed. Sometimes you'll see a nice little shine on there. If you do see any little chunkage left behind, make sure you're getting that off because you don't want a little piece of wax kind of hanging out there. Okay, let's take that off. Save your backer sheet too. Once you dry this or wash it and dry it, then you put it right back. Okay. All right, let's see here. We're going to try to make sure this is on equally. Make sure it's not crooked. Perfect. Oop, I feel a little bubble in there. So we're going to flatten that out. You want to make sure it's nice and flat. And we are keeping it neutral, so we're going to go with ash. Grab one of my small squeegees. Load up my transfer. Stay on the teal colored transfer. You don't want to go off of it. Okay, and then I kind of just pull down. Just like good old-fashioned silk screening. Like on a silk screening press, you'll see that they put a long line, thick line of ink across the top, and then they squeegee it down. This is chalk paste, not an ink, because we're working on a wood surface. So we don't need the ink. All right, we're covered. So now let's just get that excess off. No sense in wasting it. And then we're going to go over one more time. Make sure we get that excess off. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Okay, all right. Back in there it goes. And then we're going to remove it. Voila. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Let's get this dry. Ash was one of our In Vogue colors. The last time we released In Vogue colors. And then I was going to add something. So I wanted to add some kind of a heart to it. So I'm thinking there, this little guy, we can go up in the chimney, or this little guy, you know, we could do it here. I kind of like this long, skinny guy. Also use this one. This one's a little bit bigger than that one. That guy. I think I'm gonna do this. I really do like the idea of putting it right there. So let's go ahead and get this out. Where did I put my scissors? I just had them. I am going to going to cut the transfer itself, not the backer. So we're going to get underneath it here. Okay. That way we just need to put it back on the sheet here. We won't have all kinds of little squares. Sometimes I do this, not often, but sometimes. Some people take a straight edge or their scissors and they'll go around the edges. Sometimes if I do that, I sometimes go through the paper. So this is the easiest for me. All right, let's just put this guy right here. And then the next question is, do we use a red or do we go with bark? I kind of like, if we used bark, we keep it very neutral and it'll kind of bring out these areas that we sanded. Or do we do a red? And this red is called Bite Me. This was, gosh, back in, I want to say last like September or something, July, August, September. We thought it would be, it was around Halloween, I want to say, because we thought, oh, Bite Me, like Dracula or you know, Count Dracula or something. I think that's when it was released. 24 it says, so actually 2024 this was released. Anyway, so either Bite Me or bark. Bark will keep it very neutral. Bite Me will give that little, just a little pop of color. What shall we do? Because then we could always go around the edges with the hearts. That would be cute too. I think I'm going to go bark. I really do. I really do. Although, we still need to do something with this. So let's do, I actually changed my mind. Let's do Bite Me. Let's do Bite Me. Forgot what I wanted to do with those and then just remembered. So let's get this guy open. That was like a red shimmer. Make sure I don't touch that other piece of the heart there. Okay, make sure we get all that excess off. Always make sure too that I get the edges, because sometimes when you don't get a nice clean design. Okay. Oh, that's cute. I like that. We're going to let this dry for a few minutes. Let's bring these guys over. And what we're going to do is bring that transfer back over. And we're going to do in little on those pieces in Bite Me. So let's see. All right, let's first wax these guys so that they're nice and smooth and soft. Okay. Apply it. Okay, then we'll buff it. Okay, that will make them perfect for chalking on. All right, let's see here. I'm going to kind of line it up here so that that little squiggly mark and the word in is centered on that. Sometimes I feel like washing the transfer just does you better justice, you know? That's kind of crooked, so let's fix that here. Okay, that's straight. All right, let's get that one chalked, and then we'll go on to the next one. Okay, let's take that off. Very good. In. Now we'll get this little all lined up. Holding it up to the light so I could see. Centered. I think I can go a little more to the left. Let's see here. Okay, and then I gotta lift it a little bit. We're gonna lose a little bit of the top of the letters, but that's okay. The word little is a little bit bigger than the space we're using here. Okay, that works. Put that down. Get our little squeegee here. Really work on those tops. Make sure the top of your letters are covered. Okay. Take this off. Cute. So cute. Okay, now we'll put that to the side again. Let's get those dry before we handle them. I may have to put the word in back down just to finish the N. It doesn't look like that little mark came all the way through. Let's get that, bring that over again, real quick, real quickie. Get it lined up. Make sure we get it lined up just right. Just grabbing a little bit here. Okay. Let's see if that worked. Yep, perfect. Excellent. Okay, let's go ahead and get that dry. And then we'll attach it and we'll be all done. All right. Making sure I got it in the right spot there. Okay. In. It's all. That's cute. I like that. And we can kind of make our own spacing to a certain degree here. All right, let's get this open. There we go. All right. Lie just a little. I'm gonna get it under here, under me here a little bit easier. Make sure it's straight before it completely dries. Let's get this one down. Cover that up. So cute. Just gonna try to hold that down a little bit here. Oh my gosh, so cute. I moved it a little bit, so we're going to try to get that glue off. Okay. Perfect. How cutie patootie that is. Oh my gosh, isn't that adorable? Love grows best in little houses. And big ones too. It doesn't matter the size of your house. As long as love is growing, all is good. You guys, thanks for jumping on tonight. It's Tuesday. I hope you're having a